Once upon a time, in a small kingdom of tiny cottages, babbling brooks and rolling hills, lived a little witch. A middle-sized wolf, an absolutely enormous giant. His awesome footsteps echoed like thunder throughout the land. He may catch the little goat, but what will he make of Big Billy Goat Gruff? Find out in this story of wolves, witches and giants called The Three Billy Goats Gruff. Once upon a time, in a land of majestic mountains and lush green fields, lived three Billy Goats Gruff. There was Big Billy Goat Gruff, Middle Billy Goat Gruff, and Little Billy Goat Gruff. They were all partners in a family firm called Goats Gruff, Goats Gruff, Goats Gruff. Their name was quite a mouthful. Just like the grass they eagerly devoured. In fact, as far as the eye could see, they had eaten every field bare. So they set off to find a better spot where they could grow contentedly fat on lush new grass. After traveling over steep mountain tracks and clambering over huge volcanic rocks, they saw in the distance what they had been hoping for. Yep, there beyond the river was a magnificent untouched pasture of grass which stretched as far as the eye could see. Why do you suppose that magnificent field of grass is untouched by any animals? Asked Little Billy Goat Gruff, trying to sound intelligent. After all, you can cross that river by using that bridge, added Middle Billy Goat Gruff, sounding even less intelligent. But, interrupted Big Billy Goat Gruff, under that bridge sleeps the giant, and that's why that field has never been grazed. Little Billy Goat Gruff was terrified of giants, but being nimble and light, he decided he could make a dash for it over the bridge without waking up the giant, and would soon be filling his tummy to bursting point with lush green grass. Taking his courage and his things in both hands, Little Billy Goat Gruff dashed to the bridge. But his little hooves were not silent on the wooden slats, and suddenly the giant appeared over the top, very angry at having his sleep disturbed. Who are you, and where are you going? Little Billy Goat Gruff's knees started to nickety-nackety-knockety-noo. I'm just crossing your bridge to get to that field, grow fat, and then hopefully you can eat me all up, if that's okay with you. The giant was dumbfounded by this creep's behavior. Oh, you can wait till my brother, Middle Billy Goat, crosses the bridge. He's already much fatter than me. The giant, a man of imperfect education, thought it is a very sensible move, and let the little go on his way before going back to the riverbed. Middle Billy Goat Gruff had watched all this from a distance, and seeing his little brother munching away in the lush field, thought it would be safe to cross himself. He was not so light of foot as his younger brother. Halfway across the bridge, Middle Billy Goat Gruff's path was suddenly barred by the wakening monster. Oh, and where do you think you are going? I was rather hoping to get to the field to eat the grass and grow fat.
Indeed you are not. You have eaten your last blade of grass, because now I'm going to eat you all up.
Middle Billy Goat Gruff thought as fast as his middle-sized brain would work. Supposing you wait for a moment, Mr. Giant, sir. My brother, Big Billy Goat Gruff, will be along. I'm only 3 mouthfuls to you, but he's enormously fat and would make a splendid meal with red cabbage and mustard.
The Din Giant thanked Middle Billy Goat Gruff for the idea and the recipe.
After all, hadn't Little Billy Goat Gruff truthfully said a bigger goat would come along? Now, all he had to do was wait for the next one.
Never cross this bridge again.
The giant crept back below the bridge and was soon dreaming of roast goat with parsnip pie. Suddenly, he awoke at the noise of the most fearful clumping and thumping above his head. There before him was lunch, breakfast, tea, and dinner, all rolled in one, in the shape of the strongest, fattest, meanest, biggest billy goat he had ever seen.
Oh, yum, yum.
I am Big Billy Goat Gruff, and I am crossing your bridge. What do you intend to do about it? The giant was thunderstruck by this impertinence.
Oh, no one talked to a giant that way. Well, Mr. Big Billy Goat Gruff, you have enjoyed your last mouthful of grass.
The giant rolled up his sleeves, pulled another knot in his belt, and grabbed the big goat by his beard. This infuriated Big Billy Goat Gruff even more, and he repeatedly butted the giant in his enormous belly. Oh! Oh! Oh!
But the giant
and the billy goat charged each other from the end of the bridge, meeting in the middle in an incredible tangle of bottoms, beards, horns, and fists. The bridge started to give way under the combined weight, and as Big Billy Goat Gruff hopped across the gap, the giant fell in the river, splash, and was swept away towards the sea.
Who certified that bridge as safe? You'll be hearing from my signature.
The 3 goats grew fat on the lush grass. And all the surrounding villagers were happy that they could use their new concrete bridge without being attacked, except, of course, by billy goats.